Karen. How you been feeling lately?
Hi,
Okay.
I'm a little bit better.
Yep.
A little bit better, yeah.
All right. So how's the fatigue?
It's still there, but it is a little bit better.
Okay. So
Yeah.
out of 1 to 10?
Out of 1 to 10, I'd say about a 6.
About a 6? Okay. So last time you said it was about a 4 or 5. So
Yeah.
That's a little bit better then.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Okay. And how are you going with your exercise?
It's been okay.
Yeah.
That and just putting the vegetables and stuff into my diet's been a little bit challenging.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So with the meal plan that I gave you, did you find that okay?
Yeah, it was okay, but yeah, it was just being organised and
Yeah, you do need to be a little bit more organised. It's not as
Yeah.
easy. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Okay. All right. So, are you getting just like that one walk around the block at the moment?
Yeah.
So we might try and see if we can upgrade that this from now on.
Yep.
Okay. So every now and then we'll just upgrade it, try and get a little bit more.
Okay.
The other thing too is maybe find out if there's something in particular that you like, some sort of exercise that you really like,
Okay.
and we can try and include that into it.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Did you have a think about smoking?
I did.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So what we'll do is we'll work together to try and help us eradicate that one.
Okay.
All right.
That sounds good.
So we'll talk about that one. What about the constipation? How are you finding that?
It's definitely improved. And it is a little bit better.
Okay.
But still not.
Yeah.
I'm still constipated.
So have you been including the juices?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And have you been putting one fruit in?
One fruit in. Yeah.
Okay. Well done
Yeah.
for that. That's good. All right. So we're finding a slight improvement. Yeah. Okay. That's good to see. All right. What about feeling cold? Have you still been feeling cold?
Yeah, I have still been feeling cold.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what we'll do is in a minute I'll have a look at your. Did you do your basal testing
Yes.
for me? Fantastic.
Yes. Yeah.
Because again, that thyroid does or is linked to you feeling cold, because your thyroid is like your body heater. Okay, it turns on and off. Your thyroid turns it on and off. So if your thyroid's not working correctly, then it's like having the heater turned off, and so that's why you're cold.
Okay.
Okay, and that's pretty much linking us to where we're going today. But what I'm going to do first of all is to have a look at your weight again. We'll do all those sorts of things, and then I'll go through those tests with you.
Okay.
All right.
That sounds good.
So we'll come up here. Just pop your bag under your chair, and that way we're not going to fall over.
Yep.
Fantastic. All right. So just pop it there. Are you right to get up? Let's see. So 72 this time. Fantastic. All right. Take a seat. All right. So last time you were 75. So that's good. Well
Thank
done.
you.
Yay. Good. Very good. Okay. So it is still keeping that BMI obviously at the overweight, but it's early days, and that's fantastic. It's great to see that there's some movement.
Yep.
And that's probably got a lot to do with just that change in diet. Okay, and that will really help. Obviously, exercise has been a little bit beneficial for you too. All right. In terms of your diet, what would be the hardest part of the change? Is it more just the organisation? Is it the types of foods that you're not liking?
It'd probably just be the more organisation, I'd say.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I might do is I'll do another plan that gives you maybe some more ideas. I'll try and make sure that they're all fairly similar. You know, what you have one day, you'll use the next day, and things like that. So it'll be able to be a little bit easier to follow for you.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds great.
All right. Okay, so let's see those tests that you sent me. Thank you very much for doing that. I might just look at your thyroid one first. There we go. All right, so with our thyroid testing, our T3 and T4 are our two thyroid hormones, and they're at this stage saying that they're at an okay status, so that's good. However, it says that our thyroid stimulating hormone is elevated. Okay, now our thyroid stimulating hormone actually activates our thyroid hormones to work. So if you have a look at my little diagram here, I'll be able to explain it a little bit easier for you. Okay, so the pituitary gland here in the brain actually sends off this thyroid stimulating hormone to the thyroid gland. And the thyroid gland will then secrete more of the T4, which is thyroxine. So by doing this, it'll then send the T4 into our blood, into our circulation. Now, if that circulation of T4 slows or drops down, and there's not enough, it will send a message back to the pituitary gland to make more.
Okay.
Right. So that's what's happening here with you in terms of the TSH being elevated. Means that this is constantly producing.
Okay.
Okay. So it's showing us that there's something wrong with the thyroid gland because it's either not producing our T4, not producing enough T4.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Because the pituitary gland constantly secreting means that there's not enough T4 circulation happening. So this is where our issue is lying.
Okay.
Okay. And this is why it has put you down as hypothyroidism.
Yep.
Okay. It's what we call subclinical. Okay. Because it's just on that verge of having of starting, okay, because saying that our T3 and T4s are okay, saying that it's sort of just at that beginning stages. So what we really want to try and do is improve our thyroid gland as much as we can to get it working or stimulating us to produce our T4 as much as possible.
Okay.
And that way we can prevent going down the medicine way of having thyroxine as a daily medication. Okay. Unfortunately, most people do end up having to go on to medication for hypothyroidism. However, we can delay that as much as possible.
Okay.
And we'll see how we go from there.
Okay.
If we get any more than that, then that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So that is the risk of leaving this untreated.
Okay.
Okay, is that you'll be on medication, basically for the rest of your life. At this stage, the TSH at 15 is showing that you're in a grade 2. Okay, so we're not right at the beginning, at say grade 1, but we are definitely still in an area where we can work quite well.
Okay.
Okay, so what I'd like to do is we're going to try some things for the next, say, 3 months, get your blood retested again, and then we'll see how we're going.
Okay.
If these start to get a little bit out of control or things like that, we may need to go down the medicine trail,
Yeah.
but we want to prevent that as long as possible.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds great.
Does that all make sense
That
to
does,
you?
yes. Thank you.
Any questions about the
No.
thyroid as such, or how it works or anything?
No,
No?
it's really good. Thank you.
Cool. Okay, so if we do again with the medication, that's one thing that can happen down the track. But the other thing is, remember your wrist.
Yeah.
How's that going at the moment?
It says it's a little bit better, but not much.
No, did the physio give you some movements
he
and
gave
things
me
like that?
a few exercises.
Yeah.
And I just wear like a wrist.
Your wristband.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay, that's good. All right, because unfortunately with your thyroid, it also works on kidneys and things like that. So it can be causing this swelling that we're seeing in the ankles and things like that.
Yep.
Okay, so by that increasing, or if we don't treat it, it can then cause a lot of nerve damage.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. The other thing too is your neck. Okay. Have you heard of a goiter?
No.
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 Okay. So a goiter is where the thyroid gland becomes enlarged. Okay, and it starts to swell, and that's where that swelling of the neck's coming from.
Okay.
Okay, and so that's why that was one of the main things that gives me that indication that there was something going on with your thyroid.
Okay.
Okay, so your thyroid gland, if the thyroid is, there's two ways that it can be sort of not working for us. One is not enough iodine, which is usually gained from the diet. However, unfortunately, Australia is known as a bit of a low iodine country. So I will refer you to the doctor to get some urinary testing done, and that will help us with the iodine. And then it's also, you've got autoantibodies in your body that can attack our things. So it's an autoimmune disease, and that's what they class thyroidism is, hypothyroidism is as. And where these are actually attacking our thyroid gland, and they can be stopping those that T4 from being produced.
Yep.
So what we so when your thyroid gland's not working, we're seeing that swelling. And again, if left untreated, we can get a lot of swelling through that neck.
Okay.
All right. So that's something that we need to look at. So let's go on to your iron ones now. Okay, so we definitely are low in iron. Okay, so no wonder you're feeling fatigued.
Yes.
So our serum ions, that's basically the iron, or sorry, the iron that's circulating in your blood. Our ferritin is our storage iron, okay, and that's one of the big ones that we look at. Okay, so anything under 10 is usually when you'll start to see quite a lot of our symptoms. Okay, so at 4, that's quite low. Our total iron binding capacity, this is basically how many iron sites are free. Okay, so this is saying that it's elevated, which means that there's lots of iron sites that are free. They're not getting bound to and taken around the body. Okay, so that's a good indication that, again, there's not a lot of iron in the body. And our transferrin saturation is linked to that as well. Transferrin is a protein that carries iron around the body. All right. And again, that's saying that it's at 10%, which means, again, it's not connected to the iron. All right. So again, we really need to look at boosting our iron. First of all, we'll try some supplements. Okay. We'll try that again for the three months. We'll get our things retested again and see how you're going. If it is still constantly low, you can also get an iron infusion. Okay, so again, that is from the doctor. So we'll have a look at that at our next testing. So we'll be increasing our iron foods as well as our iron tablets. We really want to make sure with our iron that for best absorption, that we have it with vitamin C. So the supplements that I'll be suggesting for you do have the vitamin C in it, but with our iron foods, we want to try and eat them with vitamin C. So how did you go with eating oats for breakfast?
Great.
Okay.
Oats are good.
All right, that's good. So what I want you to see how you go, I know you don't like fruit, but if we can have some strawberries. Cut, 1 or 2 strawberries up, cut them really fine, mix all of them in, and that just helps to really absorb that iron. Okay. The other thing that we need to look at when you're doing your iron supplementation is to make sure you don't have them with food. Because some foods and also things like tea and coffee will actually take away that iron. Right. So make sure you have them with water is best, and sort of like 1 to 2 hours away from food. Any questions about your iron?
So with the iron, what are sort of the risk factors?
Okay, so there's quite a lot of risk factors when you've got low iron. Obviously, fatigue is one of the ones that you've been noticing. Your heavy periods has been contributing to that low iron due to the fact that we're losing a lot of the iron through there. Just on that subject, if we're finding with the iron, with your periods, if they're getting too heavy, there is something that I can give to help you to slow down that the amount of blood that's going. But generally with your iron, if we leave that at a low, we start to make the heart work a lot harder. So the heart then has to work a lot harder at trying to pump everything around. Okay, so then we can start to look at heart conditions. There's obviously anemia. You've heard of that before? Okay, that again is something that we could possibly get him into as well. So we need to get on top of that. All right, so it's really wanting to prevent any heart conditions and things like that from going on. All right.
Sounds good.
Fantastic. Okay. Oh, your basal chart. Did you?
Yes. Here.
Fantastic.
For you.
Great. All right. Okay. So generally, most of them there are under our 36.5. So generally, they're saying that our cells, when they're making energy, and the heat that's given off from that energy making, is quite low. Okay, so it means that our energy within our body is quite low. So, so at the moment, we're still eating the same amount of calories that you've always been eating, but our body is not burning them off with just our normal cellular turnover. Okay. And that's where that weight gain comes into play. All right. So again, our thyroid is like our body heater. Okay. So if it's low, it means that there's not a lot of energy happening. So we want to improve that cellular energy, and obviously our exercise and things like that helps with that energy or that heat given off. And this will also help to improve that cold symptoms that you said that you've been having as well. So improving the thyroid is going to help with your cold symptoms. It'll help with your fatigue. It can also help with your periods, because the thyroid does help to control the reproductive organs, reproductive hormones, which can be why that's sort of really out of whack at the moment for you. Right. And again, as I said, digestion with the constipation. It's also a lot of low iron. It's also linked to your hair.
Okay.
You know, you're talking about your hair loss. Okay, so again, the oxygen and the dry skin also that you mentioned as well. Both of those, the oxygen and nutrients and things like that your hair and skin need are just not getting to you. Okay, because that iron's low, that oxygen's low.
Okay. Makes sense.
Right, I'm glad. Okay, so what I'd like to do is refer you to your doctor for the auto-antibody testing and a urinary testing for iodine. So if we can see whether you're low in iodine, again, that will help us with which plan of action to go with, and also to find out exactly what's causing the thyroid gland not to work correctly. Whether it is that more autoimmune disease. Have you heard of Hashimoto's before?
I think I have.
That name? Yeah. So that's where it's an autoimmune disease where the body's actually basically fighting that thyroid gland. Okay. So again, it just gives an indication of which way to go with your treatment a little bit more, and we know exactly what's causing the problem.
Are you able to talk to my doctor directly?
Okay. I can talk to your doctor if you sign a thing to say that it's okay. Okay, because obviously client privilege, we're not allowed to talk to people. But if you, I'll write up a little thing, if you can sign it and give it to your doctor. And that way he knows that it's okay. The three of us will have a copy each. And that way we know that it's okay by you for me to talk to your doctor, because that way I can go talk to him about exactly which plan of attack we're going to go, so that he and I, or she and I, can work together really well.
Okay, sounds great. Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, what else did I want to talk about? All right, so let's get into how we can help.
Okay.
So with your diet, we're going to increase zinc and selenium. Okay, both of these minerals are needed for the thyroid to work correctly. Okay. All right. So zinc, we're going to increase things like our nuts, oats. Yeah. And selenium. Again, the Brazil nuts. Did you like those?
Yeah, I didn't mind the Brazil nuts.
So continue with those because they're really good for your selenium as well. So both of those will help the thyroid to work better for us. We will, even though we're going to be increasing having the iron tablets, we'll also look at doing your iron foods. Okay. And as I said before, try and make sure you have them with another like a vitamin C form. And that'll just help to increase the absorption of it as well. The other thing that we want to do is increase iodine. Now we're only going to increase iodine a little bit. There's still a lot of ifs and buts with studies on this. Some people say that, you know, yes, increase the iodine, some people don't. But with the herbs that I'm going to give you, they are going to help with what the iodine's doing. So your iodine is basically there to help to form or helps to make the T3 and T4, your thyroid hormones. All right, so that's why if we've got lack of iodine, we've got lack of T3 and T4 being secreted. And that's where the goiter comes into. So if there's a lack of iron, it tends to enlarge that goiter. All right, so we also want to remove goitergen foods. These foods take that iodine away. All right, so things like kale, broccoli, and cauliflower, which I noticed that you did eat a lot of before, and they're probably contributing to the fact that we're getting a goiter. So if we can remove those, again, I'll give you a list of those as well to remove. All right. Does that make sense about the diet? Okay. So again, we're going to increase that exercise, and that's sort of what we'll do at the moment. We're going to do this for, as I said before, for about 3 months, retest, and then we can see what's happening.
Excellent.
So this time I'm going to give you some herbs. I'm going to give you a liquid form of herbs. It's got 3 in it. Withania, which is what we used last time, just to help for the body to deal with general stress and for rejuvenation or restorative properties. We're also going to include one called coleus. It's designed to help to increase metabolism. So it's going to help with weight gain. It's a fantastically known herb for reducing weight. And then another one called bladderwrack,
Okay.
It's specific for hypothyroidism.
Okay.
Again, increases metabolism,
Mhm.
but it also helps to improve that thyroid production of T4.
Okay.
All right.
Mhm.
So if we're really lucky, we'll be able to stay on these. We may adjust here and there as we go along. But the bladder rack in particular, if we can stay on that for as long as possible, we're going to prevent that medication.
Okay.
All right.
Mhm.
So again, in 3 months we'll retest those.
Excellent.
All right. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you about too is what we call our toxic load.
Mhm.
A toxic load is things like toxins that we're putting in, that we're putting onto the body and things like that, and they can really play with your hormones.
Okay.
Okay, so things like your deodorant.
Mhm.
Okay, if we can look for more of a natural form of deodorants, and there's quite a few out there now, that'll help to reduce the amount of those toxins that are going into your body, which are playing havoc with thyroid.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So also cleaning products.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, trying for the more natural type ones,
Mhm.
because again, even just cleaning with those will just play havoc with those
Okay.
hormones.
Yeah.
Okay. Does that-
Interesting.
yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting, that one is. There's lots to go into, but if we just sort of look at those two, they're sort of two easy ones to change.
Okay.
And as we go along, I'll give you more information about those.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Great.
Great. All right. So how does that all sound?
That sounds really good.
All right.
Really good.
Are you understanding hypothyroidism?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
It all makes sense now.
Yep. All right. So again, if you have any questions,
Mhm.
email me, phone me, and I can
Okay.
get back to you.
Great.
I'll also, I'll be calling in between our appointments just to see how you're going.
Okay.
And we'll make another appointment now for 2 weeks.
Okay.
See how you're going with your medication.
Yep.
If you're finding with your liquid, because it can be a
Mhm.
bit of a funny taste, you can have a little bit with some juice,
Okay.
with your
Yep.
vegetable juice, or if it's to the point where you just can't do it,
Yeah.
we can put it into a tablet. for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So that'll be great. So I will have a new little diet plan here for you.
Excellent.
Okay, see how you go with those. Again, if there's anything in particular that you're not particularly liking, just let me know. We can change it. I can substitute it for you.
Excellent.
The main thing is though, we need to remove those gordigens.
Okay.
Okay, your cauliflowers.
Yep.
Your kale.
Yep.
Okay. And this is your referral for your doctor.
Okay.
Again, we're going to get him to do some more testing for
Mhm.
us so we can work out the exact cause as to why our thyroid's not working.
Okay.
Okay, whether
Yep.
it's autoimmune or
Mhm.
whether it's more iodine.
Okay.
Okay, you've done your bottle testing, that's great, there are your results. Okay, so all I'll get you to do now is I'll get you to sign your action plan again.
Yep.
So again, making sure that one, you're understanding what we're going to be working on
Mhm.
and that you're happy to continue with that.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, so I'll get you to sign yours for me. I'll just sign that for me. So that's it. Oh, also your letter to your doctor
Yes.
to, if you can sign this one and take it to your doctor,
Mhm.
and then I'll keep a copy, you keep a copy, he'll keep a copy, and it's just letting the three of us know that it's okay, that
Okay.
we're going to talk about you
Yeah.
together.
Okay.
And that way the two of us can work combinedly,
Okay.
which is fantastic.
Excellent.
Great. Lovely.
Okay.
Okay, Karen, is there any other questions that you may have?
No, I think that's it.
Fantastic.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much for your time.
Thank you.